Hey, welcome back to Atreyu News. Twist of fate. Look what liberal protesters are doing to help Trump. To help Trump. Never thought you could put those words in the same sentence. Liberal protesters are boosting the economy under President Trump due to sign-making supplies sales soaring up to 30%. From Zero Hedge, in an ironic twist, the Trump-hating protesters of America, 71% of which believe an economy-wide downturn is imminent. It's funny they would think that. If they studied the study, like, that's how you know these people are fucking retarded. Because if you look at the stock market or the small business index, neither one of those things show a negative downturn, only a skyrocket boost. Yet these idiots still believe there's a downturn that is imminent. That's how you know they're fucking retarded. So there's only two things that can cause that. One, youth, because wisdom only comes at one way. Time is the only way to get wisdom. Or the brain dead adults. That's what the left is. Children and retarded adults have boosted American growth since the inauguration. Sales of poster boards, markers, and other sign-making supplies jumped more than 30%. Bloomberg reports that according to the data from the NPD group, which tracks sales of consumer goods, in the week of the inauguration alone, Americans spent an estimated $6 million on supplies, not insignificant considering that many of the individual items cost $1 or less. So they're actually helping America as a byproduct of being stupid or young. Sales of foam boards rose 42%. Poster board sales grew 33%, and in the week before the inaugurations, stores sold roughly one-third of the $6.8 million poster boards sold in January. Paint markers and fabric paint for t-shirts also sold more briskly than normal. Lee Nuzili, Director of Industry Analysis for Office Suppliers at NPD. The sale jump was unexpected boom to office supply retailers, which had seen sales drop for 22 weeks, with the exception of the week before Christmas and the 2 weeks before the March. You were seeing people use more traditional methods to express their thoughts, which is something that we hadn't seen as much, said Nuzili. In the past, everything was always on the computer, on the phone. This was a really cool way to see it on paper and pencil, with more demonstrations planned for the future. Retailers might want to stock up, Nuzili said, and protesters should plan ahead. First word problems, poster board shortages. It's like sad, but it's also hilarious. Whatever it takes to make America great again. We wonder if all those sign-making supplies were made in America too. Fucking idiots. They're good for a laugh though, aren't they? Even though they are violent and retarded. Breaking. Dying JFK security official just dropped a bombshell and it's bad, folks. According to reports, a new accusation has come to light regarding the John F. Kennedy assassination. AmericaNow.com reported, a new accusation has come to the light regarding the murder of former President John F. Kennedy and how it might have been an inside job. Might have been an inside job? I'm pretty sure it had to have been an inside job. I guess when assassinations happen to, like people like Trump, or just presidents and people with the light on them, I guess like upwards of 90% it is done by their own security detail, people that are close to them. So that's no surprise. AWM reported that veteran filmmaker Oliver Stone revealed the news of JFK's death after speaking with his number one source, a man from Kennedy's security team known only as Ron. Ron called Stone while on his deathbed to reveal the news that someone from the president's own team killed him. Stone, the director of the acclaimed film JFK, was initially skeptical of the claims but ultimately believed Ron because he used military jargon to relay the message. A think it was because he trusted me, and also because both the father and the son have been dead for a while. Matt Zoller, who is releasing a book about Stone, said about why Stone was trusted with such shocking information. Nobody has ever heard the story. I'm the first person. And it is true. The JFK assassination was done by the World Order to basically show the world that America has been hijacked for their own political gain, and then the Vietnam War would continue soon after. An excerpt from the book laid out in the meeting between the director and the Kennedy insider. The scenario he laid out was very practical. It's the way I would do it if I were going to do something like that, the book read. I think it was because he trusted me, and also because both the father... Little typo there. You kill the president, and your cover is security. And if the sniper or snipers who kill the president are hidden with the guys who are supposed to protect him, guys who have no knowledge of this plot, it makes a lot of sense, and his memory of it was too technical, filled with military jargon, details about radio communications right after the shots. Many readers agreed with the theory that Kennedy's death was an inside job. I've always said LBJ had it done. The Kennedys hated him. LBJ couldn't take his oath quick enough. He was afraid something would happen to prevent him from being president. He was a snake. Fascinating. Yep. The last true president of the United States before our current champion, Donald Trump. Feminists are angry about the new Wonder Woman, and the reason why we'll discuss you. Probably because she's not a fat trans or something. According to reports, feminists are angry because the new Wonder Woman doesn't have hairy armpits. Are you fucking kidding me right now? As reported by chicks on the right, I usually don't follow superhero movies at all. Does Deadpool count? I like that one, so I have no idea if this movie is supposed to be controversial or what people are saying so far. All I know is that Wonder Woman looks kick-ass and I want to go see it. Well, apparently not everyone is excited, and some people live their lives trying to figure out how to be the most insufferable person they know. Why else would anyone write something like this? Refinery 29 put out of the following heap of garbage. It's really hard to believe Wonder Woman, who has been on an island filled with strong women her entire life, is worried about waxing and then bleaching her armpits to make sure there isn't any hair left on those babies. This is a time-consuming process, and she's a little too busy training, 10 times harder with the Amazons, so that she can, save the world. Really all comes down to priorities, and I'd like to think shaving is pretty low on the list, even if it's high on the studios. It also comes down to freedom. To have or not have armpit hair is a woman's choice, and it's one that she often is judged for. With Wonder Woman standing as an example of female strength, it would have been exciting to see her with a little hair under her arms. To prove that women, even those who are superheroes, don't have to cater to beauty standards that are meant to make them more attractive to men. Women can instead celebrate their bodies in whatever way they see fit, hairy armpits and all. I'm just going to stop reading there. What the retards on the left don't realize is that they can't differentiate the difference between fiction and fact. And then when you see shit like this, it's obvious. It's a fictional movie. Like, if you really want to get down to it, half the people should be incredibly dirty, but they always show up prim and pressed and completely clean, when in actuality, they should be covered in mud and dirt half the time, but they're not. Why? Because it's fucking fake. They can't tell the difference between that and the real world, which is why they represent such a threat to society. They don't live in the world we know. They live in a fantasy world. Half of it's digital. They don't even live on Earth. Whatever fucking planet it is not Earth. Oh, God help us.